is Mara, and in this video we're going to talk about more on money trauma and how to know we are healing from a money wound. And if this content resonates with you and you find that you are learning things and you're healing through these videos, please let me know what else is it is that you're needing. I'm more than happy to create content for you. Also, you'll find in the description box I will be posting a free course that will help you go to your worst case scenario so you can see if this technique works for you. And from there, if you want a one-to-one course, you're more than welcome to DM me or go on Calendly in the link in my link tree so you can figure out a time that works for you and we can see if we can be working together and it's going to be a win-win outcome for the both of us. I would be more than happy to get to know you anyway. So don't be shy, reach out and let's see what we can do together. I'm more than happy to hold space for you so you can see through this method that I have, if it resonates with you, and then see if me as a space holder, I call myself a reminder. I'm not a healer. You're the ones that heal yourselves. You're your own gurus, your own teachers. As a reminder, if that space that I can hold for you resonates with you. So that's what we can figure out in our half-hour free session. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. Now, more on the money wound and how do we know we're healing from our money blocks. And this is before we actually start pulling in abundance in our lives. So if we want to know specifically what our money wounds are, we would need to actually put a name, as I've had another video before. I could link it in the description box on the money wounds, right? It helps us a lot to put a face on money, because that way it's not something vague, it's something very specific. And this is when we are healing money wounds from now. If we don't remember childhood wounding, if we don't recall any, events that have triggered us or wounded us, about our parents fighting about money, or maybe feeling insecure and how they spoke about money to us or to others. If we don't remember all this, you don't have to worry. We can heal this from just now. We could just start journaling and put a face on money. And if money was a human, usually of the opposite sex, or the sex that attracts you, you will see the dynamics playing out there. It's going to be very revealing, because you'll be able to reveal whatever subconsciously you really are, relating to money. Whatever subconscious beliefs you have that relate to money, you'll be able to actually dig them out when you put a face and a name on money and make it a person, right? And see the dynamics of the relationship. So, but for today, this video is going to be dedicated for the wound, the deep wound that we would need to recall at some point what childhood dynamics we had with our parents and what they had between them. So what they were doing between them, how they talked about money, how, what they would do and think about money, what they would communicate to us about money, and how we would be feeling about asking for money or giving money is what we're going to look at today. So in order to be able to grow, we need to welcome triggers. And because we are all programmed, that's our blind spot, right? Because we want to heal, we want to integrate, we want a fulfilled life, and then we're also defending and protecting ourselves and fighting against our triggers. So whenever somebody triggers us or something triggers us, we, get these big defense shields up, or we attack our trigger, like I would like to say it. And so this is actually what creates our blind spots and limits us to survival, and we actually get stuck in survival and we don't choose growth. So as long as triggers are dangerous, we are not able to fulfill our own needs and wants, because in order to fulfill our own needs and wants, we first need to be able to go and look at those places where we are withholding ourselves from giving us what it is we're wanting to give ourselves, or we are controlling or fighting the very thing we're wanting for ourselves. And so in order to be able to, fully feel the lack, right? Because the triggers and the wounds is actually the lack of abundance. And most of us just want abundance, but we cannot tolerate feeling its lack or anything that, could be painful or triggering or shameful, because there's a lot of shame in wanting, right? So we know we are healing our money wounds when we are willing and wanting and welcoming more and more of its polarity, which its contrast, which is lack. So if we are stuck at a certain point in our lives and we are seeing that, abundance is not flowing the way we want, or we're not getting ourselves to next levels, there's always a next level, right, for abundance, or we're in total poverty, we need to see how we are relating to those emotions and feelings of lack. When they come, what are those thoughts? Maybe those thoughts are saying that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not doing enough, I'm shameful, I don't want people to see me here, I want to hide. Or, what I'm doing is always going to keep me stuck here, or what I'm not doing is always going to keep me stuck here. So check out those thoughts. Whenever you have a thought about wanting money and not having it, or doing something that will create more abundance and not doing it, instead of getting stuck in the mind, I want you to bring that emotion up. And now I'm going to give you a little exercise for money. Instead of not wanting to think of money because maybe it causes you stress, because maybe it causes you insecurity coming up, that you're not able to give yourself what you want, or maybe in your mission, in your career, in your business, you're not, you don't have the clarity you want. Everything is related to money, right? Because we have attached that giving ourselves money means that we know how to take care of ourselves and love ourselves. In reality, everything that comes after loving ourselves is really what we want, because we could be making a lot of money, but we could be actually paying it with a lot of stress, so our one part of ourselves is actually receiving money, and the other part of ourselves has to actually do something that is so painful and damaging for our health in order to get money. So it's not really the way we think it is. So no, it's not necessarily true that if I do have money, I love myself. Maybe yes, maybe no. And nothing, we gotta check our dogmatic way of thinking. It usually comes from trauma. So total black or total white, good or bad, is always coming from trauma. And yeah, so we want to check that. It's not that we don't want to have that, because we do. We have ego, so we do look at contrast and compare. And when we do that, we could just reflect on it and say, this is coming, this is interesting, let's go and see how that feels in our body. That's more interesting to pull that, instead of making it wrong, we want it, and then we allow to feel it in our body. So wanting to feel triggered, what does it mean when I say I want to be triggered? That means I want to grow. I want to learn. I'm more curious on seeing what works and doesn't work than just wanting to, to avoid anything that's uncomfortable, and, either look at life or money, with one eye open, like from the, positive perspective or the negative one, right? All is good, all is bad. So money doesn't grow on trees. Oh, there's more than enough. Positive thinking and everything will come. So those two are actually a wounded space to look at money. So if I only want to have positive thoughts on money and feelings and never have any negative ones, there's a reason why I'm choosing to do that. It's because I'm afraid of feeling negative emotions, because I do not know how to support me there yet. And when I want to see everything as negative, I want to control the outcome. So I want to control what bad thing can come, so I can lessen the blow, I believe. That's what we believe when we do that. Control, right? The negative scenario coming up and being prepared for it. So those two polarities really don't help. However, if we're wanting to grow, they do help, because now, instead of not wanting to think like this, we can actually welcome wanting to think like this, because that means that we are going to be ready to look at our lies, our deception, our, resistance to integrating, lack and therefore abundance. Because if we're, repressing and, not wanting to feel lack, we're actually not wanting to receive abundance either. That's how polarities work. We need to make space for one to actually allow the other in. So the way we treat lack of money, the absence of money, you see, the way we treat ourselves before the absence of money is the way money treats us. So if I do not want to have anything with lack, I numb myself out whenever there's lack, when I have the thoughts of lack and then emotions and feelings of lack, and then I want to just numb those out because they're too stressful for me. And guess what abundance will do? It will do the exact same thing. It will say, oh, yeah, I want to numb myself out. I want no relation with that person. So basically, if you are able to instead welcome money's absence, so want to feel the uncomfortable emotions of money's absence, we are also able to not attach to money's presence. So it's very interesting. If I'm wanting to feel the uncomfortable emotions and thoughts and insecurities with losing money or giving money away or not receiving money, if I'm wanting to see how it feels and how I was, maybe how my parents saw me when I was a child, or how I think they used to see me, or how I saw myself, or how I see myself as a child, or how I see myself today as needing money. So when I look at myself needing money, how does that make me feel? Do I feel ashamed? Do I feel that I want to hide? Do I feel that I'm not good enough? Do I feel like I don't want to be seen here? So once I'm able to fully see myself and not having any relationship with money, but having a very toxic or a non-existent relationship with money, and that's why I don't have money or I don't have enough money, am I able to love me here and be with me here? If I'm able to do that, I have started to heal. And the more and more I allow triggers in for how I might, feel ashamed to ask for a raise, or ask for, a payment from a client, or ask for a friend to buy me a drink, right? Or my boyfriend to, take me out for lunch. If I start seeing how, and it's okay to feel uncomfortable by talking about money and asking. And it's okay to get triggered, and it's okay to hear a no and a yes, and it's okay to say no and a yes. So if we look at all those dynamics about money and we're allowing to trigger and get triggered, the more we do that, the more we know we are healing its lack, its absence, and therefore we're making space for its presence. If you want more on money trauma and money wounds, please comment below and ask for what it is you want. I'm here to create content for you.